So after India lost the first test match versus England, I think there's one player we really need to talk about, and that's Lord Shardul. Let's face it, we all thought he was doing Shardul things when he took 2 wickets in 2 balls to try and get India over the line in that first test, but it just wasn't meant to be. And I think the issue with Shardul is you're not expecting him to pick up wickets with good balls. You kind of just hope that he burgles a few wickets, and when that's your role in the side, you probably do need to back it up as a batsman. In Shardul's defence, he averages 30 with the ball, and even if you take out his epic 7 for 61 versus South Africa, it's still only 33. Those aren't bad numbers from a fourth-seamer. However, to counter that, he has generally played on wickets which do a little, abroad and not at home. Shardul isn't tall and he isn't quick. At roughly 80 miles an hour, what he can do is hold a good line and length and extracts movement when conditions allow. And that's where I have the problem with the management selecting him. Everyone could see that this test pitch was going to be flat. Therefore, when selecting players, I think you need to be cognizant of this fact. With Shardul on these wickets, you knew that he'd get some tap, and he did. He was very expensive, and Gill definitely had some trouble trusting him. Yes, he got 2 wickets, but you would say that's more luck rather than skill. I think the main issue was his batting as well. They were expecting him to score runs, but I challenge this notion that he's a genuine all-rounder. Yes, he's played some good counter-attacking knocks, but he's not someone who you'd expect to score runs consistently, and he has a test match and first-class average in the 20s. So I don't think it's any great surprise he didn't do well with the bat. Additionally, when you look at him, he's not a pure batsman. He's someone who can swing the bat and connect well, but I don't think you really trust his technique to survive for long periods. And that's in contrast with someone like Nitish Kumar Reddy, who can bat like a top 6 batter, and I don't think his bowling is that far behind. However, saying that, this year he had an excellent Ranji Trophy, averaging 45 with the bat, so you feel that may have convinced selectors to gamble on him, thinking he could get some runs down the order. But it just wasn't to be this test match. Given how ineffective he was, I don't know if you could pick him for the rest of the series. I think you either have to go with Reddy, who can provide more batting, or you pick Kuldeep in that role for a bit of X factor with the spin. However, let me know what you think of Shardul, and do you think he should be back in the side for the next test? Thanks for watching.